All right, it's finally happening. Erika Kirk versus Candace Owens meeting face to face, speaking in person, finally after all of these months going back and forth and all the different things that have been happening. So we'll see what the results of all of this is. But before we get into this video, just a quick reminder to like this video and to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this as well. Alright, so here's the official tweet from Erika saying, Candace Owens and I are meeting for a private in-person discussion on Monday, December 15th. That is today that this video is releasing. Candace Owens and I have agreed that public discussions, live streams, and tweets are on hold until after this meeting. I look forward to a productive conversation. Thank you. So this will be very interesting, right? Because this is happening literally today. If you're watching this video later, then you'll be seeing it later. But the point is that you have these two now that are going to be actually talking to each other for the first time, really. We've just been seeing the kind of PR. We've seen Candace Owens saying things about Erika on her show, and we've seen Erika Kirk on the news talking about Candace, and quite recently, just last week, telling her quite simply to stop doing what you're doing. So we're going to go through a few of the comments here that I find interesting about this entire situation. First one here from the Quartering saying, I sincerely hope to meet you at AmFest. And then he says, we'll be on the media row, hoping this meeting puts an end to all of this. You know, just basically trying to end this whole situation. So we have another tweet here from this guy, John Root, saying, praying for wisdom and discernment as you discuss your issues. And I'm praying she humbles herself as you call her to repent for her slander and vile actions over the last 3 months. And I think that is where we really need to put our attention right now, because Candace Owens is somebody who will say something very nice to your face and then go back a week later and then say something behind your back that's mean. She does this all the time. We know what she does behind closed doors. We've heard the reports plenty of times at this point. So really, you have to be careful with her. And Erika has played the high ground this entire time. She's been the one that's been the most mature, the only real adult in the room, while Candace Owens decided that she was going to play the high school girl that was jealous and the high school mean girl. That's what she was doing. So Erika is the one that I really don't want to be taken advantage of in this situation, because we know that Candace is the one that's going to use whatever she can in any way to attack Erika after this, or say something about their conversation that didn't really happen. We don't want any of that to take place. Yeah, don't forget who you're dealing with here, right? I mean, pretty much. And then you have Joel Richardson commenting here saying, someone who has been abused by a malignant narcissist like Candace Owens should never have to sit down to confront their abuser. Candace will do what narcissists always do, which is twist reality into a pretzel and continue to abuse Erika. Like I said, we don't want that to happen, but that's what I'm afraid of, is that Erika has to play this extremely smart as well. And the real kind of funny part in this is that you have this right-wing dad here commenting on this saying, nice to see Candace really was available tomorrow after all. Remember that whole kerfuffle about the date, the December 15th, where TPUSA was going to do a video talking about everything that was going on, right? And then Candace went out and said, hey, I can't do that date. I can't do it because it's like 2 weeks notice and it's this date and that date and I have to arrange childcare. Well, it's funny because Erika literally tweeted this out yesterday, and then immediately within 24 hours, Candace could be there. Like, hello, like, hypocrisy, anybody? Like, she clearly lied there, right? Remember that. And there was also this crazy story that not enough people covered, where George Farmer, Candace Owens' husband, actually had his birthday changed to December 15th. Now, this not by him, not by Candace, from my understanding. It was from her crazy supporters that changed his date on Wikipedia just to try and score some points to say, see, Candace Owens couldn't do it on December 15th because it's her husband's birthday and she loves him so much, even though, of course, they had no romance, according to him, by the way. But that was what was happening. His birthday's actually in July. It's not even close to this date or even in the month of December. And yet that's what they were trying to do. Her supporters will do anything they can to try and defend her and try to make an excuse for her. But notice how in 24 hours, at the drop of a hat, she could be somewhere. How does that work? Somebody explain that one. So you have Jamie here saying, we stand with you. You should definitely at least record the audio of the conversation. She will lie and twist every word of yours, which is my thought too, is that there has to be some kind of record of this. Like, even though it may not be something that's put out publicly, like right away, obviously, like use it as a way to at least have some kind of receipts of what happened, or else there's just going to be a bunch of hearsay. We already saw what happened with the CNN interview. If you don't have something in writing or some hard recording of what was happening, or a video or something, it's just going to wind up getting twisted into something else. And then Laura Loomer highlighting the real point of what I agree with as well. Hopefully you serve her with papers during the meeting. And that's what I feel has to happen here. Candace Owens is somebody that is going to attack any and everybody that she can at all times. What's funny though is that after she left PragerU and after she left Daily Wire, notice how she doesn't talk about the Daily Wire really. She doesn't say anything that disparages their brand anymore. She doesn't speak out against Ben Shapiro, if you've noticed. Now, Crowder released like a short little video talking about some things with Jeremy Borden or whatever, but she just was like, oh yeah, that's kind of what I heard was happening. But notice that she's not making any definitive statements about what took place. And it's clearly because they had her sign an NDA, and Candace Owens will absolutely not. She might be crazy about a bunch of other things, but she's not crazy enough to violate a very clear NDA that you're not going to disparage this organization that you came from. So that's why Daily Wire is not touched by any of the things that she has talked about. The people that are there, she never mentions, she never talks about them whatsoever. If Erika wants something to change here, you have to have Candace Owens sign something and say, hey, here's a lawsuit, or here's a bunch of lawsuits. We can do this route, or you can go this route and sign this saying that you're not going to talk about TBUSA or disparage it anymore, right? And I think that's really what has to happen. If there's not an ultimatum, she's going to continue to do what she's doing. But we do know the one thing she does respect clearly is an NDA, something that's really written down saying you will not infringe upon these things or else. And so if that's what needs to happen, that's what needs to happen, because that is my main concern. I don't want Erika to be taken advantage of, no more than anybody else that actually likes Erika, right? We don't want that to happen. But I also think that Erika isn't making this decision lightly. I'm sure she's been contacted by many other people in the space that have warned her about Candace and all of the things that this entails. And I'm sure she has kind of a 4D chess plan to make sure that Candace doesn't take advantage of her after the fact. That's what we don't want to see happen. So my prediction is if Erika plays this smart, we will know very quickly, because Candace Owens will let off the gas of TPUSA, of Erika, of all of these other people, these pastors and things that she's been trying to implicate this entire time. That's what we'll see. If Erika's plan works, she comes off the gas. But make no mistake, I assure you it's not because Erika just asked very nicely. It's because she did the only thing that Candace will actually respect, which is signing on a dotted line saying you're not going to talk about this or X, right? That's the only way that this is actually going to change. But however, if we see Candace Owens continue to go on this tirade against TPUSA and everyone else, then I assure you that the plan didn't work. Maybe she refused to sign the papers or doesn't care and is willing to take on the lawsuits, whatever it is, regardless as well. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. This is a very important one because I need to know what your thoughts are on this matter. Do you honestly think that Candace will stop after this? Do you think it's going to continue? What do you think Erika has to do to convince Candace to actually stop for real this time, instead of her moving the goalposts like she did in the last video that I just had? So with that being said, I thank you guys for watching this video. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel as well, and I will catch you guys on the next one.